Am I the asshole for refusing to take my ex back after her friends lied to her about me? I, 25 male, was in a relationship with Anne, 23 female, for 4 years. Those were some of the happiest years of my life. I genuinely thought she was my soulmate. We shared dreams, planned trips, and even discussed our future family. I was saving up for a ring to propose to her on our anniversary. Anne was everything I thought I wanted, kind, funny, and smart. She made me believe in love. But Anne had 3 close friends: Kate, Monica, and Isabel. I tolerated them for Anne's sake, but deep down I never trusted them. They were the partying type, constantly out clubbing and chasing fleeting thrills. Anne told me she wasn't like them. She joined them occasionally, but always said she preferred our quieter nights together, watching movies or cooking at home. I always hoped she'd outgrow that circle of friends, but I never wanted to push her. One evening, Anne came home from a night out with her friends, her face pale and eyes brimming with anger. She confronted me, accusing me of cheating. She said her friends had seen me at a club with another woman, apparently cozying up to her. I was dumbfounded. I barely even go to clubs. They're not my scene. I told her as much, but she wasn't having it. "Why would they lie, Matt?" she demanded, her voice shaking. "Why would my best friends make something like this up?" I tried to explain, begged her to see reason. "Anne, I would never do that to you. You know me better than this." But it was like talking to a wall. Her trust in her friends was unshakable. She called me a liar, accused me of betraying her love, and stormed out of our apartment. That was it. 4 years, gone in an instant. I was shattered. The next few weeks were the darkest of my life. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't focus on anything. I replayed the breakup in my head 1,000 times, wondering what I could have done differently. How could she believe them over me? Didn't our years together mean anything? The hardest part was packing up her things. Each item, a sweater, a book, a bottle of her favorite perfume, was like a dagger to my heart. Every corner of our apartment was filled with memories of her, of us. And now, those memories felt like ghosts, haunting every moment of my day. But life doesn't stop for heartbreak. Eventually, I forced myself to move forward. I threw myself into work, started going to the gym, and reconnected with old friends. Slowly but surely, I began to piece myself back together. I channeled my anger and sadness into self-improvement, determined not to let this break me. Months later, I met Caroline. Caroline was like a breath of fresh air. She was confident, intelligent, and full of life. Unlike Anne, who had always been easily influenced by others, Caroline had a strong sense of self. She didn't play games, and being with her felt easy and right. For the first time in a long time, I felt genuinely happy. Caroline was different in so many ways. She encouraged me to pursue my goals, supported me without question, and made me feel valued. We started going on adventures together, hiking, road trips, even just trying new restaurants around the city. She brought light back into my life, and I found myself smiling more than I had in months. Meanwhile, I'd hear bits and pieces about Anne through mutual friends. She had started partying more, going from one casual relationship to another. It hurt to think about, but I told myself it wasn't my business anymore. She had made her choice, and I was moving on with my life. Still, there was a lingering sadness whenever her name came up. I'd loved her deeply, and part of me always would. Then one night, fate decided to intervene. I ran into Anne in the city. She looked different, tired, almost fragile, like she'd been carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. She asked if we could grab a coffee, and though I hesitated, I agreed. Part of me wanted closure, and part of me was just curious about what she had to say. We sat down, and after some awkward small talk, she broke down. Tears streamed down her face as she confessed everything. Her friends, Kate, Monica, and Isabel, had lied. They hadn't seen me with another woman. They just thought I was too boring for Anne and wanted to push her into a more exciting lifestyle. Isabel, drunk one night, had let it slip. Anne was furious with them and had cut ties, but the damage was already done. "Matt," she said, her voice cracking, "I'm so sorry. I should have believed you. I should have trusted you. Can you ever forgive me?" Hearing the truth was both a relief and a gut punch. I wasn't crazy. I hadn't done anything wrong, but her apology couldn't erase the pain of what had happened. She had chosen to believe her friends over me, the man who had loved her unconditionally. That lack of trust had destroyed us. I took a deep breath and looked her in the eyes. "Anne, I'll always care about you, but trust is the foundation of any relationship, and ours was broken the moment you chose to believe them over me. I can't go back to that. I've moved on." She pleaded with me, tears falling harder now. "Matt, please. I've learned my lesson. I'll never doubt you again. Just give me one more chance." But I couldn't do it. Caroline had shown me what a healthy, trusting relationship could be like, and I wasn't willing to go back to something so toxic and painful. I told Anne I wished her the best and walked away. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I knew it was the right decision. Today I'm still with Caroline and we're building a beautiful life together. She's my rock, my partner, and my best friend. Anne's betrayal taught me a valuable lesson. Love isn't enough without trust and respect. I hope Anne finds peace and happiness someday, but as far as I'm concerned, our story's over. So, am I the asshole for refusing to take my ex back after her friends lied to her and ruined our relationship?